And talking about war-torn countries, it was a busy weekend for Pope Francis. He arrived in Baghdad for the first ever papal visit to Iraq. He spent the next 3 days covering 1,400 kilometers, visiting 4 cities. It was a whirlwind tour, one that the persecuted Christians in the country needed very much. When the Islamic State ruled these lands, Christian culture was systematically dismantled. Hundreds were branded as infidels and killed. The Pope hoped to heal some of those wounds and bridge the gap between Iraq's Muslims and Christians. Did he succeed? Our next report will tell you.
He came with a message of peace and love, hoping to be the balm this war-torn nation needed. After 3 full days of crisscrossing Iraq, Pope Francis has returned to the Vatican. His visit was historic, the first ever papal mission to Iraq. The Pope visited 4 Iraqi cities, including Mosul, the now decimated capital of the Islamic State. Wherever he went, adoring crowds greeted him. The government laid out a red carpet in the rubble.
Over the past several decades, Iraq has suffered the disastrous effects of war, the scourge of terrorism and sectarian conflicts, often grounded in a fundamentalism incapable of accepting the peaceful coexistence of different ethnic and religious groups. All this has brought in its wake death, destruction and ruin, not only materially. The damage is so much deeper if we think of the heartbreak endured by so many individuals and communities and the wounds that will take years to heal.
The Pope's next stop was Najaf, Iraq's holy city and home to Grand Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani. The spiritual head of 1.2 billion Roman Catholics met the revered cleric of 200 million Shia Muslims. Almost an hour later, the men emerged from Sistani's humble home. They appealed for peace. But in West Asia, peace isn't spiritual, it's religious. Centuries back, Islam and Christianity fought holy wars on this very land. In the biblical town of Ur, the Pope addressed this. Ur is sacred for 3 religions. It is believed to be the birthplace of Abraham, the father of Islam, Christianity and Judaism.
Hostility, extremism and violence are not born of a religious heart. They are betrayals of religion. We believers cannot be silent when terrorism abuses religion. Indeed, we are called unambiguously to dispel all misunderstandings. Let us not allow the light of heaven to be overshadowed by the clouds of hatred.
For the last leg of his trip, the Pope visited Erbil. He arrived at a sports stadium in a bulletproof open-top jeep. The internet rushed to name it the Pope Mobile. Inside, there were 10,000 people cheering the pontiff with Vatican and Iraqi flags held aloft. Iraq will always remain in my heart, the Pope declared, before ending the Mass with some Arabic flair.
Salam, salam, salam. Shukran.
In Erbil, the Pope also met the father of Alan Kurdi, the boy whose desperate attempt to flee Syria ended tragically on the beaches of Turkey. Kurdi's father thanked the Pope for his message of peace. The papal trip to Iraq beat some tall odds. The Wuhan virus outbreak in West Asia, the worsening security situation, and don't forget, at 84, covering 1,400 kilometers in 3 days is no easy task. As he climbed the stairs for the return journey, the Pope turned back for one final bow. Some might say he's done everything in his power. Rekindled the spirits of Iraqi Christians, preached the message of love and peace, reached out to his Muslim counterparts. But the key to peace in Iraq may lie beyond the papal realm. After all, when has religion smoothed over political tensions? Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.